Hey, it's the Love Guru, and today I want to talk to you about my Money on Demand program. And like what to expect, what it is, what it isn't, and how to go through the program. So, first off, this is a video program, a video training program that helps you clear out of money programming. So basically, it helps you break out of the money matrix, out of the money programming matrix. Now you might say, like, well, what is the money programming matrix? You're speaking another language, I don't understand. Well, from the time that we're young, we are indoctrinated, we are trained, we are programmed, we are brainwashed, whatever words you like. It all means the same thing to me. We are programmed to have certain thoughts about money. And this is whether you were brought up with money or brought up without money. There's like some core things that we have that brings us into this way of being. So like, let me share an example. One of the things is that in our society, and this can be wherever you live in the world, a lot of the programming is that you have to go to work, you have to go to a job in order to get money. You have to earn the money, okay? And I did a training on this, on how, where this stems from. And I think it's in the Money on Demand program. I think I put it in as a bonus. And I know I released it online for free for a while. I don't know if it's still up there or if I just made it private. But in any event, this is a program that takes you out of that programming. It helps you connect to the truth of how to get money, how to receive money, how to create money, how to attract money in a way that is fun, in a way that is enjoyable, in a way that you can consciously think about it, align your energy, and then it appears in your world. Now, for years, I was hearing stories. I've been doing a lot of studying about money mindset for many years. And I was having some breakthroughs along the way. We clear gunk along the way. But the one thing that always annoyed me, which was a trigger to me, was that I was not able to say, hey, I want $500, and then to be able to bring that into my life just like that, within a few days, within a week, or something like that. And I used to hear the stories about how online, about how these girls would be able to bring in whatever amounts of money on demand, hundreds, thousands, all of that. And I wanted that. And again, for years, I was in this space of really being annoyed about it, trying to do what they had shared and it not working for me. So this desire has always been floating around, and I have a really amazing connection with spirit, my spirit family, which I can call like my angels, guides, ascendant masters, archangels, ancestors, fairies, my star family, and other high vibrational galactic beings. So I have a whole posse over there. Again, I call them my family, my spirit family. And I used to be really annoyed at them because I'd be like, you guys help me with everything, and I want to be able to bring in whatever amounts of money when I want them. And why aren't you helping me with this? And sort of like, F you, because that's my relationship with my guides. It's very real, right? I'm not one of those spiritual teachers or healers or whatever that is, I don't know. I just keep it real. I mean, I think that if you've been following my work for a while, I'm just like, everyone thinks that I'm like their friend, whether they've met me or not. So that's how these trainings in this program go, is like, I'm just here sharing with you. So let's share a little bit of what's been going on with me and what to expect in this program, what it is not. Okay. So this program is not one of those programs that is like very polished per se, that it is maybe 8 videos and it's like, step 1, do this, step 2, go do this, step 3, go do this. And this is, so So what this is that this is a journey that Spirit took me through. So you're going to be hearing my stories along the way. You're going to get teachings along the way, but they're not going to be mapped out. I'm going to be sharing them. I'm going to say, okay, well, here's what to do type of thing. But it's not in that sort of robotic, linear, well, it is linear, but like that robotic sort of logical, stiff, you know, for example, like you see how I'm doing this video, I'm not wearing makeup today. I'm dressed very casual. My hair's not down. I did take a shower, although it maybe looks like I didn't. Like I am just hanging out at home today. I am relaxing today. I've had several very high days, happy and high days, where I have been manifesting lots of things. And that includes that I have found also money on the ground recently. And just a lot of things have been popping off that have been really, really exciting. So today's like one of my resting days because I've had those high days that I need to sort of just ground in the new energy. And that's what these videos are. They're casual of me sharing my experiences, and my highs and my lows. So that's what I mean by like, this is a journey. You're going to get, when you sign up, you get access to many videos. I'm still making them because I'm still going through this program. Although I have definitely reached a sweet spot that I am getting money when I want it. I have a closer relationship with Spirit, which I didn't even think was possible. And I've basically been writing these love letters to God every day and been getting answers within 24 hours, and also things in the physical world of what I've been desiring. So I'm not at a place that I am perfect right now in doing this. Like there's still more desires that I have on how I manifest. You know, one of the things is I'm planning on moving out of this apartment. So, you know, that is still an experience in process. But the difference here from when I started is that I know 100% that this is happening and how it's happening and where I'm going to be moving. And so this is a program that you clear a lot of your money gunk. And as I shared in the beginning of this video, I have been learning about money mindset stuff for quite a while. And I didn't understand why I wasn't really getting the results that I did, that I was getting, that I wasn't getting the results that I wanted, basically. And this program really helped me weave that out. Does that make sense? Weave that out? Is that even like, figure that out? It helped me figure that out because I had to do a lot of healing that I was doing, that I was not confronting, that I was basically bypassing because I was not facing certain emotions I had to face. I was not healing the insecurities and the doubts that I had towards the universe actually providing for me. There's a lot of principles. You could look over the page. There's a lot of things that Spirit took me through. So again, what you're going to get, what you're not going to get. This is not a step one, do this 100% works. Step two, do this 100%. Well, Spirit's correcting me. You are going to get the steps that, yes, this 100% works, but you're also going to get it weaved in with a lot of experiences that I have gone through. And I personally like when people share personal stories because I'll tell you, when you are, and I went through this experience before when I was learning how the spiritual way to attract the one, which is now what I teach. And I wrote a book about this. I was blogging about that experience on my website, and I had this website that went viral, and it was a whole experience. You could read about it on my website. I'm not going to go through it, but I was sharing my journey with people as I was going through it. And then I turned that website into a book. So you can read the blog posts of like what Spirit was guiding me through on how to attract love to me, rather than using dating sites and going out looking for it and bringing this magic into my life. Can I put my arm up like this? This is okay? Or is this like weird looking? This might look a little bit weird. So, I went through that experience before, and it benefited a lot of people. A lot of people got married by reading about my story and reading the principles that I shared. So I just say that to say that is that this is a journey that you're going to go through, and it may take, you're going to have ups and downs. Let's put it that way. I've had a lot of ups and downs through this experience. I've gone through experiences that I've had absolutely no money. And by that, I mean $0 in my bank account. And it's happened several times through this experience. And I've had it happen other times in my life. And there were experiences, and even through the beginning of this journey, that I would go through panic and fear and crying. And it was like very dramatic. And there's feelings that come up that you actually feel like you're dying. Like you feel like because you don't have money, you feel like you're going to die. And through this experience, I've also gone through that with food, that I've like run out of food, or spirit was guiding me just to, because there was an experience with like no money. So it was like, eat the food that you have in the house. Like you actually have food in the house. And that's one of the points, is that like you never run out of money. Even if you have $0 in your bank account, and I know that sounds weird, but you never run out of money. It never happens. Okay. It's all this illusion. It's all like being in this money matrix. It's not the truth. And this program realigns you with universal truths. So through this program, as I share stuff that's very personal. And part of this program is you getting in touch. Cause like I was sharing things that I was feeling a lot of shame and guilt about and wrongness about. And through this program, you're going to have to confront certain masks that you put on too, that you try to hide your experience. Like money tends to have a lot of shame surrounded by it. So I take you through that in this program, and you see what I go through. I reveal shocking things to you. And you're going to be revealing shocking things to yourself through this experience. And there might be times through this experience that you're like, I hate this journey and I'm in so much pain, and it's emotional pain, but that stuff clears. And that's what this program is. So it's a breaking down of the falsehood anywhere that you are still living in this 3D paradigm of, let me go out and make money. Let me go out and earn money. And this is not anti-job, okay? I do my own business. And I've entertained through this program, and I'm also open to other jobs, like there's other, and you're going to hear about that, experiences of like what I'm creating. But the idea is that I am creating now. It's an experience of like, most people in this world, this is another part of being in that money matrix and that programming that we all have, is that you go get a job because you need money. Whereas the shift that has happened for me in this program is that when I am looking at other areas of bringing in income, it's not because I need the money, even if in my bank account it might look like I need it. Or maybe my parents or someone else might say, well, Blaire, you need the money. You might need to go get a job. I don't do anything out of that. Every single thing I look at doing in this world is because I am excited about doing it, because I am happy about doing it, because I think whatever will be fun. And that includes any events that I do, any programs that I put up, any, just anything. Even if I'm like looking through help wanted ads, there are no help wanted ads anymore, but let's just say that, right? Because we look on, Craigslist or LinkedIn or Indeed or wherever you look for jobs. But any of the experiences that I'm looking to do, it's from a place, and that's, if you're in that, that's this 5D experience, going from 3D to 5D, if you heard people talk about that, is that it's a space that there's no lack, because you always know how to tap into the abundance in the world. So when I go through phases that I'm looking for something else additional to do, it's because I'm absolutely in love with doing it. I think it would be fun to do, and the money is just an element of the fun. It's not, I always hear so many people talking about like I need a job, I'm going to run out of money, or like whatever. Like there's no more fear around that anymore. And that is one of the greatest gifts that this program has brought me, is that there's no fear. And when the fear is removed, when it is released, when it is healed, when it is cleared, then you're in a position that you're able to actually create the life of your dreams. And that's the bigger picture here with this program, because when you're dealing with money issues, it's nothing to do with money. That is just a symptom of you not being absolutely in love with your life. Well, there's two things. There's a couple of things, actually. There's symptoms of you having false beliefs, living in this illusion and in this matrix that you're not supposed to be living in. Some people are meant to be just living in this program, right? That's their lifetime. That's their experience, that they're here. If you're watching this video and if you're following my work, you're meant to break out of these things, out of these illusions, out of this programming, out of this brainwashing. And the journey getting there, when you're breaking out of these different areas of programming, is a lot of times not so easy. Again, it makes you confront parts of yourself that you don't like, that are fearful. It brings up these fearful emotions. But and memories too. But once you heal that stuff, once you clear it, you realize, oh, that was my false self. That was an illusion. That wasn't my true self. And you feel this great sense of freedom. So when you're having money issues, you need to be clearing out of that. And that's what this program helps you with. And number two is there's a learning of falling in love with your life. And this is not surface level, like, I'm grateful for this and I'm grateful for that and I'm grateful for, right? That shit doesn't work. That is only a part of the puzzle. And it's a small part of the puzzle. And that's what I was always sort of getting wrapped up in. I hated that practice of going around saying gratitudes about things, and I wasn't seeing much of a difference. But when I understood the bigger picture of these other elements of what I needed to do, you get into a nice groove, and that's what I'm bringing you into. So the bigger picture here is about creating a life that you love. Now, ask yourself, do you love your life? And if you're honest with yourself, most people will say no. And that's a shame sort of thing. That's something that we think silently to ourselves, or we never really admit to ourselves of like, hey, I'm not really happy, and that was an experience that I was going through for many years. And I've been noticing lately on how it even stemmed back to my childhood, of how I have been sort of sad throughout my whole life. And there was, of course, times that I was like having fun and blah, blah, blah. But there was my default of always sort of being, after I came out of those experiences or those periods of my life, I would always go back to this default of not really being so happy, kind of being sad, not really feeling fulfilled. And that's the bigger picture here of what this program helps you with, of like to be happy in your life and to create a life that you absolutely love. And that brings me back around to like what I shared in the beginning here, of how like this is one of my mellow days, my grounding and my maybe a little bit tired day, because I have been able to really flip the script of like, I am having experiences on more and more consistently, like several times a week. And now it's moving into every day that I am having experiences and I'm able to create this energy and this mindset within myself, like you get access to more and more of your power, which is so fantastic and just exhilarating, that you see exactly how you're able to create your life. And I wake up and I'm like, I love my life. Now, granted, I'm still in the same apartment that I have been in, and I still have situations in my life that are not perfect. So that's why I'm still working the program. Spirit's still taking me through it, and I'm still making videos through it, which you're going to get access to when you enroll. You get all, so just go through so again, the bigger picture here is about falling in love with your life. And if you have, like, the thing is like, I always had this thing within me that I knew I was, that there was something big available for me in this lifetime. And there was always this sadness that coupled it of like, I don't know how to get there. And also it's not really happening. That's what it was. It's like, it's just not happening. And I can almost make myself cry because of that old thought and the pain that I carried for years of like, I know that this big life is here for me. I have these big dreams, but it's not happening. And so this is about, how do you step into that, the how to step into that life of your dreams. And then money becomes a byproduct of that, as well as many other things. So, so this is really an exciting journey. And by exciting, I mean ups and downs. That's what you're going to go through. And know you're going to get to the other side of it, because there is a turning point. And I'm grateful to say that I'm there. And all these pieces of the puzzle come together, and you're just, it's sort of like what you see in these like action video, these like kids shows. I guess they're considered like action or sci-fi. I don't watch any of that, but I've seen commercials here and there, or trailers of like, you see these elements, these like fractions of a person kind of come back together. I guess it's like sort of building up a robot, and it's like, and someone's just becoming like supernatural, like a superhero. And that's the phase of the journey that I'm at right now. And it's so exciting. So I have gone through experiences that I'm just so excited and happy about my life that I can't, it's like, how do you even go to sleep? Like, I can't go to sleep because I'm so happy, because I don't want the day to end. And I'm just so excited about what's appearing in my life and what's about to appear. And that's when you, again, that like visual of like, boom, 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 these different elements of like, oh, you know, like I'm the superhero. And that's what's so exciting. And that's the journey that I'm sharing here with you, and that you're going to learn, and that you're going to go through. So you're going to go through this journey. You're going to go through this experience of becoming the superhero, of getting connected with your superpowers and your power to create. And, you know, you might have heard somebody say like, well, you're so powerful. Like, and I used to always hear that too, like, you're so powerful. And I'd be like, dude, my life is fucked. Like, how am I so powerful? Like, I'm not able, like, you know, and I'm a spiritual teacher, and I'm a healer, and I've been on this spiritual path for over 20 years. And I love these concepts, and I live these concepts. And this was an element of my life that I really wanted to master. And I'm really grateful that I'm in that space of like, it's happening now, and it's happened. You know, that's what Spirit's saying. It's happened. So that's when you get really excited about your life, because you're like, dude, I know it's only up from here. And this is in contrast to periods of my life that I have gone through that I would just not be so happy, and I would just sleep. I would just want to just end the day, go to sleep. It's making me like a little bit emotional, because it's just a wonderful transformation to be having the experience of so many years of like not being so happy with your life, things not going as planned, knowing spiritual principles, but them not really working for you in the full potential in this area with money. and living the life of your dreams like you want it to work. And then to have the contrast and the comparison of how my life is just starting to happen now. And by just starting, this has been like a month or so, maybe more, of that I've been, the pace has been picking up, this excitement of like, I don't want my days to end because I'm so lit up with ideas, and I've always been an idea person, but the amount of ideas that I get now is I can't keep up with it. Well, I cancel that. I can keep up with it. I'm learning on how this new normal of so many ideas, so much exciting things happening. So being so happy that I question, is this a manic state? Like, no, Blaire, like Spirit's like, this is a normal, happy state. But most people in our society, I would say if not all, there's a very small percentage of people in our society that are truly happy. And it's so out of the norm that when somebody starts experiencing it, they're like, am I experiencing mania? Is this what a manic episode's about? But to contrast that, sleeping through my days, wanting to sleep through portions of my life because it fucking sucked. And also just it not being so bad, but just not being so good, and me just being bored, and me just not being so happy, and me just wanting to sleep or go to sleep early because it's like, whatever, this day was kind of boring, or like nothing really was going on, and I'm just not really so happy. And so to have the opposite experience of that contrast experience of being so excited and so happy and so filled with all these different things that are popping off, that I don't want to go to sleep because I don't want it to end. That is everything to me. That is everything to me. That is cracking the code. That is stepping into the parallel life, the parallel reality that you dream of, that I dream of. I'll put it that way. I don't know if you're dreaming of a parallel life where you're living the life of your dreams, where you're excited and full of life and whatever it is, rich and famous and all of that, whatever your dreams are. I used to always dream about that, right? I mean, that links into, I don't know how this got into this conversation, but that links into my experience when my star family first came into my life, that not first, because they've always been around, but that I was able to reconnect with them. This links back to that journey that I first took in like 2012, 2013, 2014, around that time. That brings me back to the book. That might be an area that you might want to start with first, is my series on how aliens put me into power. The first, at the time that I'm making this video, the first installment is the only one that's out. I have 2 more that are coming out. It's not time to get them out yet. But that program, that book series is what started me on this journey, because that was the call in my heart that I used to call out to Spirit every day, or almost every day, of like, how do I get into that life where I'm happy and loving my life, rich and famous, and doing these things these big things, that my mission that I know I'm here to do. Your mission is not linear. It's not like you just do your mission and you do your mission. There's different levels of it. So now I'm graduating to another level of it. And those experiences that the aliens, I'll call it, my star brother, took me through, which was many times dark nights of the soul, brought me into this program of like, okay, now how do we do it? And it's like, boom, here's your power. And we are so incredibly powerful. So if you're thinking that you can only get money by earning it, or you can only get money by working a certain amount of hours each day, or you want to know how do you manifest the money, by using your mind and by using your energy and by using your power, well, this program's the answer for you. And a bigger picture is if you want to be living that big life that you know that you're meant for, this program's the answer. So I invite you into enrolling in this program. It is interesting because it is so personal to me, the experiences that I share here, the journey that I went through, that there's almost like an embarrassment, and there has been for a while, that I was promoting the program, but I didn't really want people in it because it was like, oh my God, this is embarrassing. That shame that we carry. But that's that, what are you shameful about in your life, in your business, in your career, in your money making abilities, in your money holding abilities, in your money habits? What are you embarrassed about? That stuff needs to be dumped. I help you release that. I help you heal that, and I help you clear that in this program. And you're going to see me going through it too. So that's really it. If you have any questions, you can contact me. I'm excited about this program. I'm grateful that I was taken through it. This journey of breaking out of, I'll call it the money matrix, breaking out of the programming that we have in this society is, again, it has different layers, and it's not, as I shared, it's not really the easiest journey to take. You have to have courage, and you have to be brave, and you have to be willing to look at things that you really don't want to look at, or that are painful to look at, emotionally painful. But all that passes, and when that passes, you get new levels of freedom and power, and those things are intoxicating. So that's it. I look forward to seeing you in the program. I offer an option where you can do private sessions with me in that program. Also, they're at a reduced rate. And I hope you sign up for those. I really like working one-on-one with people and just getting in there, getting in there and assisting you in shifting and changing. So that's it. Bye.